That's so tricky because um, she kind of knows this probably, or hopefully she didn't forget. Um, I had made a list to, like an impossible list to disqualify any woman that might come along. And so Ricky Andrade, he kept bugging me. He's like, "Hey, I know this lady you ought to meet." And I'm like, "No, I'm busy. I can't. I'm not interested. I'm just doing too much stuff." And he was very persistent though. And so prior to that, I'd made this list because like the next door neighbor's like, "Hey, I know this." I'm like, "No, thank you." And then over there, "Hey, you should talk to my daughter." And I'm like, "No, thank you." And so I made this list of impossible requirements, and like Ricky goes on and on for months and months. "Hey, you should come," and I'm like, "No, no." And he says one time he says, "Well, she's a great woman. She's been through life skills, blah blah." And I was like, "Huh?" I was like, I wasn't interested until he said that, because that's actually one of the things on my list, one of the requirements that pretty much almost no one has done before. Uh, 1 in 10 million. And I says, "Okay, well, here's the problem though. She's not in front of me, and I'm not gonna go ring after her. So if she happens to pop up, then I'll know that God put her there, and I'm supposed to meet her." And so that was basically it right there. I knew right there. Um, well, one of the things that really hit me was that she just seemed to treat everyone just like totally innocent. And it didn't matter if it was a homeless person on the street or a weirdo like me walking up, and we were just all just like totally innocent, and everyone gets the same chance with her. And kind of just like that careless spirit, like she's not worried about so much. She's like carefree and just um, those are it kind of revolves around that. She's like not worried about other people so much, and not worried about herself. She just seems really sure about herself and where she's at. I'd have to say that she's not afraid of anything. She'll dive into any situation, and it doesn't matter if she's going to get her hands dirty. It doesn't matter how much work she's got to put into it, and it might be like the smallest need for somebody that requires a ton of her effort, but she'll sacrifice everything and take care of it. I would have to definitely say it was when we returned from our La Paz mission trip with my youngest daughter, um, and we took about a week to come back, and we were stopping at all these just romantic beaches with the sunset going on in the background. But we weren't really focused on that. We were just looking at how we could um, become friends, and there was like no expectations in it, and it was just kind of a free time for us to get to know each other. It was really great. So yeah, that's been difficult because we're focusing on this wedding thing, which I've told Cari that, like, it's not a situation of when the wedding's over. It's more the perspective of it for me is when the wedding is complete, then we actually get to start our life together. And I'm really looking forward to everything that God has to give us as a husband and wife in a godly marriage, and just experiencing all that alongside her and getting to enjoy that, God's blessings upon a union that He has blessed. Boy, you guys are real perverts. um, I really like her hands. I find them to be very just precious looking, and that's her hands have got to be my favorite, definitely. There's probably a long list, but probably at the top, she probably gets really annoyed when I start dancing around her questions and avoiding the answer, because I'm just really having fun just stringing her out. See how far I can get her out on the pier here before we can push her off into the water. And yeah, that's probably the most annoying thing. She just has trouble getting a straight answer out of me. But I told her there's a magic word. She probably doesn't remember it, neither do I, so good luck with that. I am definitely looking forward to taking her back to La Paz, and so that's where we're going for our honeymoon.
Oh,
And
yay.
so we're just kind of gonna go and start back from the beginning again, and see how everything's improved. Um, so that was actually really what drew me into her primarily, was just seeing godly characteristics within her, just a servant heart, and being self-sacrificing, and it's it's not all about her. It's about how she can serve whoever might be in front of her that's in need, and that's why Jesus came. He came to help all of those in need, that just the hopeless, and she really has a heart for the hopeless, the many people in the world that just have no one beside them that can just be their friend, and not necessarily someone that's like buying them lunch every day and things like that. Although she would even do that, she would take them into her home and everything. I have to say the one thing that she just loves when I save the raisins for her. They're her favorite. So every week, like I will ask her to close her eyes, and I'll say, close your eyes, open your mouth, and there's a surprise. She will never do it. You know, it's weird. And just the raisins are her favorite. And okay, go ahead.
You're already videotaping. Okay.
Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Wait. So that's probably Cari. I better hang up on her.